Welcome to Neural Frontiers, where we explore the cutting edge of neuroscience drug discovery. I'm your host Rittika, and today we begin an exploration of the most challenging frontiers in pharmaceutical development with Jhansi. Jhansi, welcome.
Hi, Rittika. Thanks for having me on Neural Frontiers. I'm excited to share some insights on the challenges and opportunities in neuroscience drug discovery.
Right, Jhansi. So, the blood brain barrier essentially represents the greatest paradox in neuroscience drug discovery. It protects the brain from toxins, but also blocks about 98% of the potential therapeutics. Given that evolution optimized these barriers over millions and millions of years, are we fundamentally fighting biology when we try to breach it? Should we be working with the barrier rather than against it?
That's such a profound question. The blood brain barrier really is a double edged sword. It's essential for protecting the brain from harmful agents, but at the same time, it's a huge obstacle for delivering therapeutics. Rather than seeing it as something to simply break through, many researchers now believe the future lies in working with the barrier, leveraging or mimicking its own transport mechanism. Like evolution made the blood brain barrier exclusively selective for a reason. So, our challenge is to develop approaches that allow beneficial drugs in while leaving the barrier's protective function largely intact. It's about respecting biology, not fighting it.
Right. So recent advancements in focus ultrasound, receptor mediated transcytosis, and nanoparticle delivery system are very promising approaches to BBB penetration. However, each method carries risk of compromising brain integrity. How do we balance therapeutic access while managing the brain's protective environment? Are we potentially creating new classes of iatrogenic brain disorders?
Advances like focusing on ultrasound, receptor mediated transport, and nanoparticles are giving us more precise ways to reach the brain, but none are risk free. With each breakthrough, we have to ask, are we just replacing one danger with another? Disrupting the blood brain barrier, even briefly, can invite potential infections or immune reactions, and nanoparticles might trigger inflammation or off target effects also. The key is rigorous testing. Example, combining these new delivery methods with extreme sensitive safety studies. And we have to strike a balance, making sure that what helps deliver the drug doesn't end up causing harm in the long run.
Right. So the concept of molecular Trojan horses using transferrin and insulin receptors has shown a lot of promise. So these same receptors regulate essential brain function. If we saturate these pathways with drug conjugates, what are the long-term consequences for normal brain metabolism and homeostasis? How do we ensure we are not treating one problem for another?
This is one of the biggest concerns with the Trojan horse strategy. Those transferring and insulin receptors aren't just drug gateways, they are fundamental to how the brain gets its nutrition and maintains the energy balance. If we overload or saturate them, we might interfere with normal brain functions, potentially causing problems we don't actually expect. So, any drug designed to exploit these routes needs extensive studies, not just on drug delivery, but also on the long term health of the brain. So, continuous monitoring and smart engineering, like using lower affinity molecules, could help us avoid trading one big problem for another.
So intranasal delivery bypasses the blood-brain barrier entirely and it's limited and very vague. Given that the brain's exquisite sensitivity, to foreign substance, how do we develop intranasal formulation that achieve therapeutic levels without triggering inflammatory responses? Could the olfactory route become a very major pharmaceutical pathway?
Yeah, intranasal delivery definitely holds promise for bypassing the blood brain barrier. But as you said, it isn't magic bullet yet. Uptake is often inconsistent, and the nasal route explores the brain to potential irritants and allergens, risking inflammation. The solution will likely come from designing smart formulations using carriers that enhance brain uptake and minimize the irritation, and testing rigorously for immune or inflammatory responses. If we can solve those problems, the olfactory pathways could become a valuable option, especially for diseases where rapid brain delivery is needed.
So the glymphatic system has emerged as brain's defense mechanism, potentially offering drug delivery opportunities. Can harness this natural cleaning system are neurological disorders. How might this change clinical trial design and dosing regimens?
The glymphatic system is a fascinating new frontier in brain health and drug delivery. Timing medications to align with natural clearance processes during sleep, what we call chronotherapy, could make treatments more effective and lower the risk of side effects. But it also means trial designs need to change. We would need to carefully track when the drugs are given, monitor sleep cycles, and measure how this affects outcomes. We are only scratching the surface, but this could open up a whole new wave of treating neurological diseases by working with the brain's own rhythms.
Thank you, Jhansi, for being part of the podcast New Frontiers. And to our listeners, thank you for listening. If you like the podcast, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.